Herkese merhaba. Bu güzel çarşamba Ankara öğleninde Selin Sydney'den katılıyor bu webinarımıza. Orada tabii şu anda akşam üzeri ya da akşam oldu muhtemelen. Ben kısaca Selin'den bahsetmek istiyorum. Selin aslında Türkiye'de doğdu. 2 yaşındayken ailesiyle birlikte Avustralya'ya taşındılar ve şu anda Sydney'de yaşıyor. Nadir bir genetik hastalık olan ve işitme kaybı da yapan, iletim tipi özellikle işitme kaybı yapan Treacher sendromlu 4 yaşında dünya tatlısı bir kızı var Selin'in. Ebeveynlik rolü dışında Selin çok iyi bir anne, bir kere onu söyleyeyim. Ebeveynlik dışında da çok büyük bir şirkette, yazılım şirketinde işini çok severek yaptığı güzel bir de işi var. Selin'le biz bu süreçte oldukça fazla iletişim halinde olduk, konuştuk. Türkçeyi çok iyi anlıyor ama İngilizce sunum yapmayı tercih etti. Daha akıcı bilgilerini bizimle paylaşacağı için. Sydney'in güzel plajlarında, Instagram'dan da takip ettiğim kadarıyla güzel vakitler geçiriyor. Arkadaşlarıyla birlikte çok güzel vakit geçiriyor. Aslında biz biliyorsunuz pazar günü Dünya Kulak ve İşitme günüydü. Öğrencilerimizle güzel etkinlikler yaptık. Ailelere de bu yolculuğa çıkacak diğer bireylere de öğrencilerimize de çok iyi bir rol model olduğunu düşündüğüm için Selin'i davet ettim ve kabul etti. Bu davetimizi kırmadığı için, bu konuşmayı kabul ettiği için çok teşekkür ediyorum. Hoş geldin Selin. Welcome.
Merhaba, nasılsın?
Merhaba. Ben şimdi sözü Eylem Hoca'ya bırakacağım. You can share your presentation.
Okay.
Yes,
Eylem Hocam söz sizde.
teşekkür ederim hocam. I would like to thank you to Selin. This is very nice to be.
Mikrofonun kapandı Eylemcim. Mikrofonun kapalı görünüyor. Heh, tamam şimdi.
Şu anda duyabiliyor musunuz? Evet.
Tamam, şimdi duyuyoruz.
Sorry. Yeah, I would like to say hello to you, Celine, and to all listeners. And we will have some questions after your presentation. And we also would like to give a big thank to you for your presentation. And we will be very happy to watch your journey from this screen. And you can start. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. İşte I might try to speak a little bit of Turkish, but I think I feel more comfortable speaking English, so I will probably speak mostly English. Um,
Yeah, yes, we know this, and we want you to be comfortable. That's why
yes,
we prefer
yes.
talking English, and however you want. Uh,
I will try to speak a little bit of Turkish sometimes.
okay, okay. This is
If that's helpful.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so I can introduce myself a little bit more, and as it's already been said, I live in Australia, in Sydney, and I have been living here since I was 2 years old. Um, so I am very thankful for this opportunity to talk with you today. I'm not an expert. I'm not a medical professional, but I am a mother who has gone through a difficult journey, a difficult time with my daughter Ava. So I'm happy to share a little bit about our journey and what we have gone through. Um, my daughter Ava, she is 4 years old. Um, she's beautiful. She is amazing little girl. And Um,
Yeah,
when she was,
uh,
sorry,
sorry
yes.
for disturbing you. We are wondering her interests and her personality. Maybe you will give information with your presentation, but we can go on however you like.
Yeah, I can share some
I,
things on the presentation, or you can ask me. Yeah, I'm happy either way. Um, I will show a couple of things on a presentation,
Mhm.
um, but I don't have too many things to show. Just a couple of things.
Okay.
Um, I can tell you a little bit about Ava. Yeah, what she's like. Ava is she's a very caring little girl. She loves looking after people. She loves to play outside, loves to play with her friends. She's just a very sweet little girl. And you can see the picture there of Ava. So I'll show you a couple of things, and then I'm happy for you to ask me some questions. But Ava was born with Treacher-Collins syndrome. So I'll explain a little bit what that is. Treacher-Collins syndrome is a genetic condition, and it it impacts the face. So when she was born or when she was growing, some of the bones in her face have not grown properly, have not grown fully. So it's a very rare condition. Treacher-Collins syndrome is uh, in Australia, there are only 5 babies every year. So it's very rare, but very common characteristics and common symptoms. So you can see some of them I wrote here. Ava has her eyes go down a little bit because she doesn't have bones here or very small bones. She has a very small jaw. And so that can be a problem with feeding and breathing sometimes. She has small bones missing in her face. And the most common thing with Treacher-Collins syndrome is the development of ears. So Ava's ears have not developed properly. So I'll show you a picture. Um, before I do, Treacher-Collins syndrome, maybe you're aware of this book and this movie called Wanda. I don't know if you have it there, but it's a beautiful book and a beautiful movie. And in that movie, there's a child, the main character has Treacher-Collins syndrome. And it's about him going to school and experiencing what it's like to have children look at him differently and just his journey. It's a really beautiful book and movie, so I would recommend that. But I'll show you Ava's ears. So Ava's ears, when she was developing, they did not develop properly. Her ears are very small. Um, in English, it's called microtia, atresia. I don't know what it's called in Turkish, but she has very little ears. And so obviously this means that she can't hear very well. And I'll explain that a little bit more. There's different levels of microtia. So microtia is just having small ears, different development of ears. And so Ava's is the one that's number 3, the third one here. Um, and so it can be very different for different children. But what that means is that when you're listening for hearing, Ava's ear has not developed here. She doesn't have a fully developed ear, and she doesn't have this ear canal. She doesn't have any sound to go into her to come through. So she has this part in the middle, the part that processes sound called cochlea. That part works, but she doesn't have any access to sound. And so I'll explain a little bit more, but Ava's Ava wears hearing aids. on a headband on her head, and that's how she can have access to sound. But I just wanted to show one thing here, that most children, 90% of children, they are born with two parents that have typical hearing. Like my husband and me, we both can hear fully. So it's a very difficult journey when you are a parent and you don't know anything about hearing loss, and so very challenging for us to learn. And um, lots of different types of hearing aids. I won't explain, but this is what Ava wears. Ava wears the one in the top corner. She wears on a headband, and she wears hearing aids. So that's just a bit about Ava's condition and about her devices. But you asked me, what is Ava interested in, and
Mhm.
what does she like? Well, Ava's personality is so beautiful. She's only 4 years old, but she acts like she's a grown up because she always speaks so beautifully. She is so caring. She's very loving. And she's a very, very beautiful little girl. So um, that's a little bit about Ava and a little bit about Treacher Collins,
Mhm.
which is what Ava has, and a little bit about hearing loss as well. A lot of information.
Thank you. It was so informative. And we also wonder how did you find about her condition and
Mm,
how you were feeling. We are working for audiology department, and we
yes.
really wonder this side of this condition.
Yeah.
So how?
Uh, yeah, look, we didn't know when I was pregnant, we didn't know that Ava had any challenges. We didn't know that she had any problems. We didn't know that she had Treacher Collins syndrome. We only found out when she was born.
Mhm.
So it was a very scary time. We were very scared. We didn't know what it meant. We were confused. We were upset. Uh, it was very, very difficult because we didn't know what Ava's future was going to be. And we didn't know anything about Treacher Collins, and we didn't know anything about hearing loss. So it was a really difficult time to know how we can help her as parents. And I remember being in the hospital, and uh, I've never been so scared. You know, that was a really difficult time for us to watch our little baby, and she's our only baby, to watch her go through so many medical tests and to have no idea how we can help her. It was really, really challenging. And um, how we that's how we felt at the time.
Mhm.
But it's been a long journey, long, long journey. We've had to learn so many things. We've had to understand how we can support her. We do lots of speech therapy with her.
Mhm.
We have lots of audiology appointments all the time. And she was 3 weeks old when they gave her some hearing
Mhm.
hearing aids. Just 3 weeks old. She was tiny little baby, and they gave her hearing aids. And I remember thinking, I didn't know about all these different types of hearing aids.
Mhm.
I thought because her ear's not developed, I didn't think she could have any hearing, and I didn't understand that there are different types of hearing loss and different types of hearing aids. So it was a very difficult time because we didn't know anything. We were very surprised. And so we really had to learn everything. We had to learn this whole new world. I'm trying to learn a little bit of sign language as well, but also just to understand how can we be the best parents for Ava? How can we support her? How can we make sure that she is confident and that she is healthy and has all the support that she needs? So it's been a very interesting experience because we thought that we were going to have a healthy, they say healthy, that's what they told us. They told us you're going to have a very healthy baby. And she is a very healthy baby. But when she was born, we didn't know that all of these things that we were going to be doing, having to deal with. So it was a very, very difficult to understand everything and to process this. And I found it very hard. I had a lot of trouble with my mental health and trying to deal with the grief and the shock and all of the pain. So I went through some very difficult years. But now at the moment, we feel like we are much more experienced and we have learned so much from this journey. And, Ava is amazing. Like I said, she is such a beautiful little girl that she teaches us something new every single day.
This is very nice, and this is very hopeful journey, I think,
Yes, it is.
for other parents, for other
Absolutely.
children.
Yes,
As I guess, she is using bone conducted hearing aids.
she is.
Yeah, you said she started to use the device
She was
when
three
she
weeks old.
was 3 weeks old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how was the journey gone after this time? I mean, uh, I know that she first realizes the sounds
Mm,
and discriminates in time and
yes.
start to talk, say some words, say mommy to you. So what was your feeling at the time?
It took a really long time
Hmm.
because she was very little, only 3 weeks old. Just one month old when
Yeah.
when they gave her hearing aids. And because she was so little, she still didn't, for a long time, she didn't really show us that she could hear. So we weren't sure for a long time if she could hear. It was very hard to know if she could hear. But she loves music, and eventually, I think we started to realize that every time we played music, she would always stop and her eyes would always look around. So we thought, oh, I think she can hear. It took us a long time to realize that yes, she can definitely hear. I think our audiologists, they did lots of tests. I think they knew that she could hear much better than we knew as parents. But I think as parents, we were still waiting for not for the audiologist to tell us that she can hear, but we were waiting for Ava to show us that she could hear. It's very different. I think parents, it doesn't matter sometimes what you tell parents in terms of the medical things because parents act with emotions. And so I think sometimes we can there's lots of medical words that are told to us and medical things that are said. And some of it we understand and some of it we don't understand at all. But as parents, we are everything we are doing and everything we are seeing is based on our emotions. So we waited a long time to be sure that we could see that Ava was hearing us. I have a beautiful video. I should have brought it today. I have a beautiful video of Ava when she's about, oh, maybe 2 months old. And it was the first time that I realized that she could hear my voice. And it was the first time that she smiled as well. And it was just the most beautiful moment because until that moment, I thought she could hear, but I wasn't really sure. And it wasn't until that moment that the way she looked at me and she smiled when she heard my voice, it was so special. So Ava's speech was delayed. It took her a long time to speak, and we were expecting that. But until she was about 2 years old, she didn't say anything. No words.
She was
She
collecting
didn't.
at that time.
I think she was just processing, collecting.
Mhm.
She was very curious, but curious with her eyes. She was a very curious child with her eyes. And I think she was just taking all that information in. And so it was only when she was about 2 years old and her first word was Ava. Ava, she would yell, Ava. And her second word was mama, mummy. So it was really special when she started to talk because we didn't know if she was going to be able to talk. Because with children that have Treacher Collins, they have a very small jaw. And because their jaw is very far back and it can impact their speech. So we didn't know if she was going to talk. And if she can talk, we didn't know how it was going to sound. So it took her a long time to say her first words or to make any noise. She didn't say, she didn't say mum, mum, mum, mum, ba, ba, ba, ba, ba. She didn't do any of that. She was quiet until she was 2. And then she started talking. And now she talks all the time. Too much.
This is very nice. So cute. So I think you should have very much you learned from this journey. Uh,
Yes,
do you have any messages that you took from your story to tell to other parents and other people?
yes, yes. I would love to share with other parents. Um, I I think a lot of parents, um, whether it's Treacher Collins or whether it's something else, if you have something that unexpectedly comes to you about your child, we are so protective. We love our children so much, and we are so protective of our children. So when something difficult happens, it breaks us. And I mentally was very broken for a long time. And it's very hard to go through. And my message, I guess, to other parents is take your time. It will get easier. And most importantly, I would say it's very important to try to learn from your community, from the medical professionals. You can look at things on the internet. You can grab as much knowledge and information as you can, and that's very helpful. But every single child is different, and your child is different. So most importantly, learn from your journey, learn from your child, learn from your experience. Because I can tell you, I have read so many things about Treacher Collins. I have, you know, read all the articles. I've talked to all the medical professionals. I've connected with other families as well. But the things I've learnt the most from my journey have all been from Ava and just being Ava's mother and learning from her. And every child is so different. So my advice is take your time, it's a difficult road. It's a difficult journey. Take it one day at a time. And also, very importantly, surround yourself with people that are going to support you, that are going to love you, that can help you. For a long time, I struggled with my mental health because I didn't get any help. I didn't I didn't want to speak to anybody. I didn't talk to a psychologist. And I tried to keep everything to myself. That was a terrible idea, terrible thing to do because when you keep all of these emotions inside of you, it just impacts you in different ways and it ends up breaking you. And I really had a breakdown. And so that would be my advice. Just look at your child, love your child, be there for them, and remember that they are their own unique self, and every child will be different. But as well as that, look after yourself as well, because it can be a long journey. It can be a very difficult journey. Some days are really hard, and you just want to cry and cry and cry. And some days are going to get better. So just just learn what you can from your experience and from your journey. It's everybody's journey will be very different. That would be my advice.
So, thank you very much for your answers. It really seems an impressive journey, and congratulations to you because
Thank you.
Also, may I ask a question, Selin? I know
Of course.
your mother, and I wonder, Eva's relationship with you and your parents.
Mhm.
Give some explanation about this view. How she get? I know she is very friendly.
Yes.
Also, how is your parents, grandmother, grandfathers, and the others, child and children?
Mhm.
Uh,
Yes. Ava is she's the only grandchild.
I
I'm
know.
I'm very used to my, Turkish families. We're big families. I
I,
have lots of aunties and lots of uncles and cousins, but Ava is the only grandchild. So
Mhm,
she is the first grandchild for my parents,
mhm,
and also for my husband's parents. It's their first and only
mhm,
grandchild. So it's a really good question because I think, this has been a very difficult journey for them as well to begin with. Um, and I think they probably found it really hard at the beginning to know
mhm,
how to help us. But they were so wonderful and so respectful to be there for us and just help in any way they could. But their relationship with Ava, and I'll speak for my parents in particular. Ava, Ava loves. She calls her Nanne instead of
Ah,
Annenin. It's Nanne.
none.
She calls
Uh-huh,
her Nanne and Dede, and she loves them so much. She also I have a sister, an auntie.
mhm,
So Ava has a beautiful relationship with her auntie as well. And it's so special to see, my parents
mhm.
and my sister with her. So she absolutely loves them, adores them to pieces, and they are. You can imagine when there's just one grandchild,
Yeah.
everybody wants to just put all their love into that one child. But I'll also say as well, we have a really big. I have lots of family in Turkey. I'm not sure if they'll get to watch this, but we have a wonderful big family in Turkey. We also have what I call my extended family in
Mhm,
Australia, because my parents, all of their friends from university, a lot of them from university or from childhood, school days, a lot of them moved to Australia, and more and more of my parents' friends are all here. So we have a big Turkish community in Australia, and they are my extended family, and Gül is part of that as well. So I think what is so beautiful is that
Mhm.
Ava doesn't just have two sets of grandparents. She has all of this big Turkish community that loves her as well, and it's really really special.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Also, in an audiologist view, we professional for hearing lost people. We interested
Mm.
in sometimes only babies and who get a hearing loss. What's your advice during this period for audiologists? Is it uh, focusing only the babies? Sometimes we did, I know. What's your experience with audiologists and speech language pathologists during this journey?
Ah, that's
I
a
know
really good question.
it's a
Really good
difficult
question.
question. Yes.
No, it's a really good question because I know there'll be many people here that are audiologists and speech pathologists as well. We would be lost without our audiologist and without our speech pathologist. In fact, all of Ava's medical team, Ava has had so many incredible doctors and
Mhm.
amazing people from the medical profession that have been in her life since she was born. And her speech pathologist we see every pretty much every week, almost every week. And she has known her since Ava was 3 weeks old when she had her hearing
Mhm.
aids. And same with her audiologist. And all of these people are part of Ava's life and part of our lives. So if you are an audiologist or a speech pathologist or anyone in the medical profession who is part of a child's life and stay, with that child for a very long time, I want you to know that as parents, we see you as part of our family. You are part of our journey. And it's so special. We would have felt absolutely lost without our speech therapists and our audiologists and our pediatricians and eye doctors and all the people that have been part of Ava's journey. They've all been part of our journey as well. So
Mhm.
they haven't just been there to support Ava's medical needs, but they have also been there for us as parents. I mean, I said at the beginning that most children who are born with a hearing loss, most of them have parents that can hear. So that was our case, and we didn't know anything about hearing loss.
Mhm.
So we felt very confused and very lost and very shocked. So we really needed our speech therapist and our audiologist and all those medical professionals. We were looking to them not just for medical support, but also for their care and for their compassion and their interest. And I'll tell you a quick story. I remember when we were in the
Mhm.
hospital and Ava was having lots of different medical appointments. There were a couple of nurses and midwives there that every time we cried, they cried. Every time we celebrated, they celebrated. They were part of our journey, and it meant so much to us. It meant that, and we still look at all of our medical professionals as people that are our friends and our family. And we know that they are going to be with Ava for a very long time, and they are all interested in watching her grow. And it's such a beautiful thing. So please don't think of yourselves as just the medical professional, because parents are looking
Mhm.
to you as people that are really special to them. So thank you. Thank you to everyone.
Also, we thank you for your good presentation. Also, could you compare your about hearing aids? It's accepted for sorry, there is no problem for babies and child. Only a big problem for his or her family, isn't it? Is it true? How get adapted the hearing aids for advice
Yeah,
for you?
I think you're right. I think the learning is mostly for us as
Mhm,
parents, because we don't know what we're dealing with. We don't know what we're having to learn all these new things. Um, but Ava has only known
yeah.
herself like this. She has only known her hearing aids. And since she was a baby, a lot of kids try to pull their hearing aids
Mhm,
off. But I think Ava has had it since she was so little that she always wants to put them on because
oh,
that's what she knows and that's what she's
mhm.
comfortable with. And again, I have a beautiful video. I wish I shared that, but it's a beautiful
You
video of
can, if
Ava
you
being
want to, you
so
can share
little.
some.
I
Sorry,
don't have it
you can
here. I'll
share
have to
some
find it.
videos also
Oh,
if you
I will
want.
share one video of Ava later,
Okay,
actually, with her
okay,
talking because
mhm,
she always talks so beautifully about her hearing aid. So I'll show you that video after this.
okay.
But yes, it's for Ava, you're right. For the kids, that's what they know, and they sometimes they have to get a little bit of time to get used to the hearing aids, and that can be a little bit tricky.
Mhm.
But I think as parents, we think it's much more difficult than it is. And most importantly, I think the learning should be with the parents if they are not used to hearing loss already. So we had a lot of conversations with our audiologist about how to make sure we are speaking clearly, how to
Mhm.
make sure that we are always looking at Ava because she reads our lips. When she's looking at us, she reads our lips as well. How to make sure that when we are at home, do we have a really suitable environment with good sound quality and access so it doesn't make it harder for her. And it's also worth remembering that people with hearing loss, they get more tired than people without. So, we have to be very careful of these things. And you're right. I think the learning is much more for parents. Ava is used to it. She doesn't know anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you have a video, you could you share with us?
I will show you a quick video if
Yeah,
everyone's interested. This is something
of
I've shared
course.
before online,
Okay.
but I will share it now because you can see how Ava
Mhm,
talks these days. She's very confident now. And we have always taught Ava to speak about her hearing aids so that she can
mhm,
teach other children. And because people are not used to seeing Ava's hearing aids. So we always teach her that she has Treacher
mhm,
and that she looks a little bit different and that she has hearing aids. And then
mhm.
she goes and tells everybody about them very proudly. So let me show you a quick video of Ava talking,
Ah,
if that's short. Let's have a look.
okay.
I
Also,
hope
I
you
have
can
a
hear it.
baby is
So,
listening.
Ava, when we're
Okay.
out in the park, right, and sometimes some adults or even children, lots of different people, they come up to us and they ask you what is on your head, what would you normally say to them?
Get headband and hearing aid.
And so you wear this headband and you have 2 hearing aids.
And they have something inside them, very expensive.
Something inside them very expensive, is it? Well, they have batteries inside them to make
Yes.
them work.
And-
And why
and-
do you wear hearing aids again?
Because they have me here.
They help you to hear, that's right.
When I don't wear them, then I can't hear.
When you're not wearing them,
Oh.
you can't hear. That's right. And so that's how they
And
help you.
when I
And
use
why?
them,
Yeah.
then I can hear.
You told us before that your hearing aids help you to hear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So can I ask you, why do you need hearing aids? Why can't you hear?
Because my ears are so little, so I need them.
Yeah, you've got little ears, don't you?
And my headband has to connect to them. if we don't have my headband, then I don't connect.
Oh, that's true, because some hearing aids go in people's ears, don't they?
But these ones don't connect to my ears. Yeah, so these ones connect to your headband.
The headband, they sit on your head and they vibrate on your head, right?
Yeah. When I go to bed, then I had to take them off because I can't leave them on when I'm sleeping.
That's true. You don't sleep with your hearing aids, do you?
No.
So we say good night and we take off your headband and your hearing aids.
Yeah.
And then you can't hear. But in the morning, we put them back on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh,
So that's
So, Ava,
that's Ava.
yeah.
She's
Yeah.
she likes talking about her hearing aids and teaching
Uh-huh.
people. And I think that's a really beautiful thing for parents to know as well. You know, don't, I think my advice again is let your child be part of the journey and let them learn about their condition and learn to speak about it themselves, because I think that's really important for them.
Okay. Also, I have a patient with Treacher Collins.
You
He said
do,
it's
yeah.
his hearing aids. My ears always said,
Yes.
not using the hearing aids.
Mm-hmm.
My ears always said
Yes,
it's very important
it
for
is.
hearing
Yes,
aids
and
for
Ava used to
developing
say that
speech.
too.
Yes, developing speech is first step is get a good hearing, as you know. Also, thank you very much. Did Eva does playing any instrument or I know sing a song very so often? Any playing instrument or interested in music so much?
I mean, I used to be very musical. I used to sing and play piano and write music. So I have a piano here at home,
Mhm.
and Ava is starting to play on the piano a little bit, not properly, but she's interested, and she loves to sing and she loves to dance all day. So so I think she will be quite musical. I don't know what instrument she'll play, but I think she will love to play something. And if she's not talking, then she's singing. That's Ava.
Okay. Oh, thank you very much. Also, I changed my language and I want to speak Turkish if you.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Selin çok iyi Türkçe anlıyor. Sadece akıcı konuşamıyor. Onu da burada belirtmek isterim. Çok teşekkür ediyorum Selin.
Çok sağ
Gerçekten
ol.
hem öğrencilerimiz için hem bu alanda çalışan odyolog ve dil ve konuşma terapistler için çok yol gösterici bilgiler verdin. Duygularını bizimle paylaştın. Bu konuda ailelere de çok yol gösterici olacaktır. Eylem Hocam soru ya da katkı var mı? Onu bir kontrol eder misiniz?
Ee,
Ee,
şu anda yok hocam.
evet, biz üniversite olarak sizin adınıza küçük bir ağaç diktik. Eyva ve senin için.
Aa,
Mete Bey sertifikamızı paylaşırsanız artık Türkiye'de de bir dikili ağacınız var. Türkiye'de bu çok önemli bir şey biliyorsunuz kavram.
çok güzel.
You have a trees in Turkey.
Aa,
Thank you very much for this good presentation and conversation, Selin.
thank you. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm sorry that you said, I mean, çok azıcık Türkçe konuşabiliyorum. Onun için bugünlerde hep İngilizce konuşmaya çalışıyorum çünkü çok zor bana, ama thank you. I really appreciate it, and that's very beautiful. And we will be visiting Turkey soon, so maybe
I hope so.
we can come and meet there. Ama çok teşekkürler. I'm very very happy to be here.
Her zaman bekliyoruz Türkiye'ye de.
Çok
Thank
sağ
you very
olun.
much. I want to thank for my all heart. Do you have any question or recommendation, Eylem?
Çok teşekkür ederiz. Thank you very much for
Sağ ol,
being here
thank
today.
you.
Katılımcılara da ben çok teşekkür etmek istiyorum. Çok teşekkürler.
Thank you so much.
Sağ olun.
It was very lovely to see you all. Thank you.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.